Welcome to Us Crazy Christians, where we uncover Christian myths and Bible misinterpretations with common sense Christianity. I'm your host, DetroitWillSmith, and today we're going to meet the God of Insomnia. Stick around. Before we get started, do me a favor. Give this video a thumbs up by hitting the like button. If you're new to Us Crazy Christians, hit the subscribe button. If you're a returning guest and haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? It's free. Plus, hit the notifications bell to be notified every time we post a new video. Check this out.
Here's your goblet of godliness filled with Merlot, God. May I ask, why are we meeting at 3 a.m.?
Because I need you to go down and wake up Pookie. I want to talk to him.
Yes, my lord. May I ask the emergency he needs to be warned about? I didn't see anything pressing on his docket.
It's no emergency. I just miss him. I want to have a little chat.
But, God, Pookie has to get up for work early tomorrow. He would be exhausted if you were to wake him up now.
Not my problem.
But, God, the records show that Pookie has some health issues, and you did create mankind's bodies to heal while they sleep. If you interrupt him now and wake him up, he won't heal like he should.
I don't care. I'm giving him insomnia because I want to talk with him.
Can you simply wait and talk to him after he awakes instead of interrupting his sleep?
No, I'm God. I don't have to wait.
Okay, he's been awake all day. Why not just speak to him when he's awake?
He was busy.
He is busy now. He's busy sleeping. If you can interrupt him now, you can interrupt him while he's awake. You know, while he's scrolling through social media or watching TV. At least if you interrupt him then, he won't be so tired the next day. At least if you do that, it wouldn't mess up his whole day tomorrow from lack of sleep.
You know not of what you speak.
My Lord, this doesn't make any sense.
That's simple. That's because my ways are above your ways and my thoughts above your thoughts.
You always say that when you can't explain yourself. Just be reasonable.
Nope.
My God.
Nope.
Mighty Jehovah.
Nope.
Come on, man.
Lowly angel, you're not on my level. Go wake up Pookie.
I'll go wake him up, but I'm not gonna like it. Oh, God, rude as hell. God, ain't gonna let that man get no sleep. Jeez. Just gonna let him drive to work tired, have an accident, bust his eye open, be a bad employee at work because he's too tired, all because you want to wake him up at 3 a.m. with your selfish ass.
Sweet Jesus.
No. God. For many years, as a matter of fact, for most of my life, I believed that whenever I couldn't sleep, it was because God wanted to tell me something. It was clear, mystical, religious thinking supported by many Christians in the church. But this channel is about common sense Christianity. So let's look at that idea again. I've asked this question in other videos and want to ask it again rhetorically right here. Is it possible that just because someone claims God said or did something, does it actually make it true? Is it possible that people can assume God said something, can just believe God said something, or could just maliciously lie and say God said something in order to get things done the way they wanted it to be done? Is that even a possibility? What you think? Again, I've held that same view for many, many years and would wake up many times at 3 a.m. or whatever time I felt God woke me up and immediately say, yes, Lord, assuming God wanted to talk to me. And honestly, there were some times when I felt like God did talk to me. I had revelation, things came to me. And other times, I just was restless. But I would imagine that no matter what time I decide I want to talk to God, that he'd be willing to talk to me. That didn't mean he woke me up though. If a mate, a friend, or a family member did that exact same thing, it would be considered inconsiderate, self-centered, and rude. But God gets a pass because he's God. He could send us to hell, right? We don't want to go to hell. Over my lifetime, when I was a kid, teenager, and a grown man, I've had many people over the years give me credit for something I didn't do, good and bad. They said, William did this, or William did that, or William said this, and William said that. And sometimes it was good things, and sometimes it was bad things. But they both were not true. So just because they said William did it, did that make it true? I'm sure that has happened to you as well. Think about it. So let's refer back to the skit and how foolish it seemed. But if you really think about it, that view of God waking us up in the middle of the night, hindering us from sleeping and resting, when he could talk to us all the other hours of the day when we're awake, seems just as foolish. Now, what if God woke us up at night, but every time he woke us up, we weren't tired the next day? We weren't exhausted. It didn't affect our day, our mood, stuff like that. Maybe we could attribute that to God a little bit. Maybe there's some validity to it. But to think that God is so selfish, self-centered, inconsiderate, to just wake us up on a regular basis and then have you still exhausted, half doing your job, half being a representation, being irritable, not even, how can you even be a good Christian when you're all irritated? You struggling to try to treat people right, which he wants you to treat people right. So he's self-destructing his own command for you. Think about it. Please allow me to give you an alternative solution. Is it possible that God is the beginning, the originator of selflessness? Is it possible that God is the origin of love and compassion? Is it possible that God created the idea of respect? Is it possible that you just ate the wrong thing and you can't sleep? Your body is trying to digest it and it's taking a lot of energy and not allowing you to sleep right? Is it possible that you're wrestling with a lot of anxiety or depression that's giving you insomnia? Is it possible that a loud noise came by and woke you up? Is it possible that maybe you're too hot or too cold and that woke you up? Is it possible that you simply have to use the bathroom and God had absolutely nothing to do with waking his beloved child up from their precious sleep? Let me ask you a personal question. If your child is asleep and you know they have a busy day tomorrow, full of things to do, things to accomplish, schoolwork, maybe a test, final, whatever, would you go in and wake them up at 3 a.m. just to have a chat? No. No good, loving parent would ever do such a thing. I wonder if subconsciously we believe that we are better, more caring, compassionate, considerate, loving parents to our children than God is to us. Subconsciously. That's something to consider. My opinion, based off of my own life experience, is that I think most of us Christians view God as a master, a Lord, somebody who is above us and we're just his servants or slaves. And the thought of God as a loving father like Jesus presented him still eludes us. We may say it, but we don't really feel it. And so it's easy for us to imagine that God would wake us up and not give two shits if we're going to be tired tomorrow or not. If we could change our view and view God in his truth like Jesus presented him as a loving, caring, compassionate father, I think it'll change the way we see a lot of things. It'll change the way we read the scripture. It'll change the way we see the scripture. It'll change the way we treat each other. Let that marinate. On another note, a couple days ago, I published my Patreon account. That is for people who decide they want to help me in this ministry. They want to help this ministry continue growing and going and getting better. And I got my first VIP patron, the lovely and talented Anju. She is the owner of VIPVegas365.com. Y'all should go to her website and check her out. She is a blessing. She watches every single video, comments on every video, and supports regardless. And she honestly doesn't even agree with all my videos, but she still loves it and supports it, and again, became my first Patreon supporter. Thank you very much, Anju. I really appreciate you. Blessing. As a matter of fact, as soon as I mentioned that I was going to put up a Patreon account, she cashed at me some money right there on the spot. Blessing. She's in this ministry to help free people from religious bondage, from hatred, unforgiveness, fear, anxiety, depression, etc. If you want to be a part of this ministry, if you want to help me, the Patreon link in my description. Please hit the like button, share this video, check out my Patreon, subscribe to the channel. Is it possible that God is more loving, kind, and compassionate than we previously imagined? Thanks for watching Us Crazy Christians. Until next time, be blessed.